situation was really weird. I still have the recording. Let me know if you guys want to hear it.
What the
also,
hell?
if you are a woman that's traveling, my biggest piece of advice to you is don't be afraid to be assertive and tell people no or that you're uncomfortable and to leave. So yeah, that's all. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.
Oh my god, that is so up. What's tootin', guys? Today we are going to be diving into some terrifying solo traveling experiences that people have had, and I am so scared to see these because honestly it has always been a dream of mine to do some solo traveling. I've done a little bit in my time, but nothing very crazy. The day I almost died in Germany by myself.
Where can I find a hotel? Sleep. Is it close or? Yeah, is it nearby? Heingen.
Yeah.
Is there any bus I can go?
Yes. But this time I think no.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Dankeschön. So basically he told me that I am dead. The way to Heingen was way too far than I thought. So I started running, but it was way too late. I'm trying to stop cars so I can get the lift, but not a single car. I'm walking on the street all myself. Look, I'm just walking here and I hear really scary noises of animals. And earlier I saw a dead fox in the middle of the road and I'm like, oh my god, what am I dealing with here? And on the camera it looks so bright. In real life it's so dark right now.
What the hell?
And if that wasn't enough, my phone just randomly decided to die and not turn on. And I had to deal with it the whole way until it gets fixed. But eventually I made it. Oh my god, no more forests. Look where I was walking for an hour now. And I was finally, I can see some open space. Oh my god, it was horrible. It was so terrifying, I swear. And then I finally arrived to Heingen, but the hotel I was looking forward to was closed. And I couldn't find anybody in this haunted town, so... I'm in a haunted town. Not a single soul, everything's closed. No hotels. Oh my god, another church bell. It's like I'm in a horror movie, you know? Now all the vampires are gonna come.
What is going
on? Things start to get a little bit more intense. Do you know where I can sleep? Hotel?
Honestly, I would have, I just would have been out of there at that point. Like, what is going on? Mom, come pick me up.
Mom, come pick me up.
I don't know, but we can come home to my house and ask my grandma where the hotel is. No, we're not gonna do that. That shit.
I found a little kid which was on his way home, and he suggested that I would go to his house and ask his grandma,
Yeah, no,
and she
not.
could try to help me.
Let's not follow Skipping Kid home. How about no?
Really? Airbnb.
I'm sorry, but I've watched this movie before and I recall it being called Hansel and Gretel, and I think it ends with someone being cooked alive.
The candy inside tastes much better. Less bird droppings. He's Hansel.
Und she's Gretel.
Oh, Gretel and Hansel?
Nein, Hansel und Gretel.
Can be, maybe? No? Is there any chance I can use your internet to check? Internet, Wi-Fi. You don't have Wi-Fi?
Okay, I would be curious to see how that ends and if that man is still alive. Click the thumbs up if you want a follow-up on that situation. Anyway, this person had a weird travel experience. In Argentina, Patagonia almost got hunted by a puma. It was dusk and I was overlooking the lake when I heard rustling behind me in the tree line. I kept staring for a while before I saw it, and thank God I didn't make a run for it, as it would have been my initial reaction. Instead, I started yelling and cursing and throwing rocks at it, as I had been told to do by the locals, and it left me alone. That night, I kept a fire lit until late in the evening, and then went to sleep with the flashlight on and my knife at hand. And that's not to sound badass, I never used it to hunt, and I was scared as shit. Oh my God, a fucking puma? Are you kidding me? This person has like badass points for a lifetime for fighting off a puma in Patagonia. You are impressing people at bars for a lifetime, so good for you.
Traveler, and I'm on a budget, so I typically stay in hostels or low to mid-range hotels. And it's important to note that in all of my years of traveling, I've never felt unsafe. Until this time. At this point, I'd used Airbnb a few times. I'd stayed mostly with friends, but a couple of times on my own. I've been traveling for 4 months straight, and I just wanted a break, so I wanted to take like 4 or 5 days just in one place where I could just get work done. So I booked a 1-bedroom apartment in Athens, and all of the photos of the listing looked really nice. It looked clean, it looked well designed, it had a lot of light, the perfect spot to work. But something that I would have never thought to notice was that all of the photos in the listing were of the inside of the apartment only. But it had good reviews, so I wasn't worried. I get to the building, and it's one of those buildings where it like goes on for a whole block, and all of the bottom floor is like tourist shops. So when I check in, I don't meet the host. Outside of the building, there's just a little lockbox where I put in a number he gave me, and I'm pretty sure it's the same number every time. And then I get a physical key out of the box. Then I walk in through this hat shop into the building. And this is where I should have turned around, but I didn't. The whole building looks completely abandoned. There's graffiti all over the walls, paint chipping, there's broken glass everywhere. But the real kicker is that all of the doors are chained up and locked. And I still walked in. So I get up to the 5th floor, and I'm feeling less nervous because the 5th floor actually looks inhabited. But looking back, I think it was just 2 other Airbnbs, so I don't think anyone actually lived there. So then I get in, and it looks exactly like the listing. It's very clean. I have no reason to worry, and I'm just like, okay, this is good. So then I leave, I just go get lunch, and I go to the grocery store, just run some errands, and I really prepare to just kind of spend a lot of time in the apartment doing work. Over the next 3 days, I really only leave the apartment maybe once a day just to, go for a walk, get some fresh air. But it's enough that someone could have seen that I was alone going to this building by myself, and they could have targeted me. On the 3rd day, I hear a knocking at the door. And I almost go to open it, but then I think, why would I open this? The Airbnb person would text me. They wouldn't just knock on the door. So I don't answer, and I just pretend I'm not there. And then the person starts pounding on the door, and I'm just completely quiet, like pretending I don't exist. I'm freaking out internally. And after a while, he stops knocking on the door, but I can still see that he is standing there because I can see the shadow of his feet underneath the door. He's pacing back and forth, and then eventually starts knocking on the door again, and then he starts screaming in Greek. I don't understand Greek. So he's screaming in Greek, I'm freaking out. I push all of the tables and chairs up against the bedroom door, but the bedroom door is made of windows. It's like a studio kind of. But right when this started happening, I texted the Airbnb host, of course, and finally he sent someone over to talk to the person. They're screaming at each other, and then all of a sudden it just ends. I don't know what would have happened if I opened the door, but I don't want to know. Maybe.
Oh my God. I don't know why, but that makes me think that there was some kind of trafficking situation happening there, or a kidnapping situation. Girls, we gotta be way more careful when we solo travel to some of these destinations. I've solo traveled mostly in Central Europe, and I, grew up in Czech Republic. I speak the language, and I traveled in Austria and Hungary and Czech Republic, so I kind of felt comfortable there. But when you go to places where you don't really speak the language, you don't know the culture, it can get pretty scary.
Almost human traffic. Also, if you're my family, please don't watch. Back when I think about April, I was living in my car traveling around the United States, and I had met up with a bunch of people from TikTok that also lived in their vehicles, and we were traveling around Southern California together. At this time, we were in Ventura, California, and we were street parking our vehicles, and we were in the same spot for I think about 5 days, and out of 2 of those days, I had noticed that there was this man that kept driving by. Every time he would come by my car, he would slow down and stare at me. So when he came by a 3rd time, I was like, oh no, oh no. He pulled up and stopped next to my car, and I immediately pressed record on my phone. and
Good idea.
signals for me to like roll down my window or talk to him. So I open my door just a little bit and I'm like, hello? Like, I'm not very friendly because I'm like, why does this man need to be talking to me, you know? He starts telling me that he works over at the railroad and like something happened and like he's like mumbling. His story's not making any sense, and he just like flashes me like his
Okay, but you know what? I would be like, okay, you work at the railroad? I love trains. Tell me more.
Any minute now we're going to see a Class 59 come through with some absolutely brilliant honks. I cannot wait.
Just kidding. That shit. Don't talk to strangers. Ever, girls. Unless they have free candy. But only the full-size kind.
ID, but like I'm too far away to see it, so he's just like, and then he's like, so I've been staying here for a couple days, and he's like, the other day, like, I was at the gas station over on like Jefferson and whatever, and I got my wallet stolen, and the whole time I'm just like trying to follow his story as to why I care about this. So he flashes me open an empty wallet, and he's like, yeah, like they took the money, but I got the wallet back. And he's going off about how like he just needs to make some money for gas. He doesn't have like any money to get gas. Oh, keep in mind, by the way, he was driving like a brand new car. Like I looked up this model of his car, easily $30,000-$40,000. So, and how he wants to clean my windows and tires for $1. And a lot of things are going through my head. I'm like, why is
Get a better
grown
story,
man
dude.
with a $40,000 car asking a woman on the street who clearly lives in a vehicle to clean her windows and tires for $1? Also, does he just like have window and tire cleaner in his car for situations like this? And the more I thought of it, he wanted to get close to my car so he could put a tracking device in there. I tell him no, and he leaves. Since I have the recording of the whole situation, I go in and I look up the gas station that he said that he got his wallet stolen. The gas station has been permanently closed. That gas station is not open. And also, if your wallet was stolen and all of your money, how did you get your ID and your wallet, your physical wallet back? And also, why, if you're coming from work, would you ask a random girl on the street for $1 instead of like your friends, family, or coworkers for gas to get home? $1 is not going to get you enough gas to get home in California, I'm sorry, but also, have you heard of Apple Pay? The whole situation was really weird. I still have the recording. Let me know if you guys want to hear it.
What the
also,
hell?
if you are a woman that's traveling, my biggest piece of advice to you is don't be afraid to be assertive and tell people no or that you're uncomfortable and to leave. So, yeah, that's all. Thank you guys for watching. Bye!
Oh my god, that is so up. Oh my god, that girl is so lucky. I don't know what kind of advice like would be the best to give you guys, because I don't know what kind of laws are in your state, but like if you can bring like a mace with you or bear spray or like nunchucks or something, because it is hard out there for us, okay? There are so many creeps creeping. This is why I live out here in the middle of the woods. The only threat out here to me is wildlife and bears.
I was in India, and in a taxi on my way to a retreat, the man let me know that he was instead taking me to his house with other men and was going to do things to me. And I had no service on my phone. I was in a country that I didn't know, and I sat there in meditation for a few seconds. A wave of energy came over me, and I actually became extremely calm. And I looked at him. I was sitting in the back, and he kept looking at me, smiling, laughing, thinking it was hilarious. You think you're a smart woman. He would say these weird things as I'm just sitting there meditating, like getting ready. He was like, but you got in the car with me, saying all these creepy things.
That is when you gotta Jedi mind trick them. You gotta show them that, yeah, you're crazy, but I'm an even crazier bitch than you.
I am so much crazier than you.
To further activate my fear and make me feel less empowered. And I stared at him in the rear view mirror, and I just started channeling light language. It was a strong and powerful, fully activated portal of energy. It just fully came through. I was staring at him in the eyes, didn't flinch, and it was like, Disiasha fompoku hasakia tuash. Derakala hasatikia besh dos kwe ashikia pua dundu kusepalash.
Is that Dothraki?
Echal, bintirna hano que sendo trakoi. Ala jigesimai, ma vijazeri atinarmai. Bosman ha boskal.
From Game of Thrones?
Chiquilla, porfa. In Dutch. And within that second, he completely flinched, shifted, and turned the wheel so hard, literally almost like ripped us off the road. It was like, fine, have it your way. That's all he said, fine, have it your way. And I proceeded to drive with this man for 2 hours, and he dropped me off at my location.
Damn, you could have had him bring you to McDonald's.
Oh God.
I have full body chills. What you just spoke, it's so powerful. What
was I saying?
The message?
You had planned this thinking that you would succeed, but you have chosen the...
I'm gonna use that on my boyfriend next time I want him to do some shit for me. POV, 24-year-old me traveling solo in Italy. Ooh. You know, you think you gotta worry about sharks in the water, but now you gotta worry about these old creepy dudes. Moral of the story, never ever trust a snorkeler. New fear unlocked, and I thought I had to be afraid of only sharks. Now I have to worry about this in the water. Great. Love that for me. Unfortunately, I can't leave my house now, so that's great. But the good news is I will be saving a shit ton of money. So that's good. Good news for my bank account. These were some really terrifying solo traveling experiences. Next time you travel, make sure to bring a buddy. If you don't have any friends like me, don't leave the house. That's my best advice to you guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, click the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. If you don't want to miss another video, I upload every single day at 2 p.m. Eastern time, so you better be here tomorrow because I make the best videos. In the meantime, catch up with me on all of my social media links as well as my spicy page, my unfiltered. It'll be linked in the description box below, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.